It was September, and change was in the air. The 2016 postseason was officially upon us.
There is a nervous excitement hovering over this ballpark.
But there was one unanswered question. Who would be crowned TCMBA champions? Every ball player's dream is to win the big game. It all goes back to the childhood days. Pretending you're in that big moment. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, bases loaded. Whether you're playing wiffle ball in the backyard or reenacting that game-winning hit during practice, we all wish that fantasy would one day turn into reality.
And the Giants have won the World Series again!
At the dawn of each new season, every team starts off the year fresh, with a clean slate, a new hope, and a positive mindset.
Is everyone jacked? Is everyone ready for the big game?
But the goal remains unchanged. Winning the ultimate prize. The championship.
Last game of the year, can't hold anything back.
The surprising Lakeland Sharks came into the postseason turning heads by taking a bite out of the vaunted 2-seeded Mount Vernon Lumberjacks and advanced to their first ever league championship series. Then there were the Hurricanes, the #1 seed with a reputation that had terrorized the league for the past 4 seasons. In search of a three-peat, the Canes vanquished the Armonk Knights in a decisive Game 3 of the semifinals. A complete game no-hit masterpiece by their ace, Andrew Schlossberg, returned the impressive franchise to the championship series for the 4th year in a row. Taking it to the limit is what Westchester County League Baseball is all about. No retreat. No surrender. That's the TCMBA way. Confidence, fearlessness, and heart. The Sharks and Hurricanes. Only one team will win the ultimate prize.
This is going to be awesome. Let's go.
On a somber morning, under cloudy skies, the combatants stood shoulder to shoulder, honored and humbled by the freedom to compete in America's pastime. The inaugural TCMBA championship was finally underway.
Last game of the year, can't hold anything back.
With that determined look on the Warriors' face, Schlossberg led his Canes to pick up where they left off to defend their title. Schlossberg immediately set the tone with 2 quick outs before giving up a single to Joe Casey, but still managed to get out of the inning unscathed.
Hey, way to go!
Matt Phillips took the bump for the Sharks. Very crafty with a strong postseason of his own, Phillips fanned Gilbert Jerez and Steven Smith. A quick 1-2-3 inning letting the Canes know the Sharks wouldn't be intimidated. Schlossberg's second inning counterpunch included a strikeout, setting the Sharks down in order. The two aces set up a masterpiece of a game, going 5 innings toe-to-toe, in a game to that point that had all the makings of a pitcher's duel.
To beat the Hurricanes, you gotta make your pitches, and you gotta make every pitch count.
In the 6th, Max Guglielmo jump-started a Shark rally with a single. Brandon Gallagher crushed a single to center, the Sharks smelled blood. Schlossberg suddenly seemed human, feeling the heat for the first time this postseason. But ultimately, Schloss dug down deep and got Dan Phillips to pop out to first base. Alcantara threw a dart to third base to pick off Guglielmo and squash the threat. In a high-stakes matchup, every inch counts. The Canes took that momentum into the bottom of the sixth and immediately turned it into offense.
You guys can make it as far as you want. As long as everyone plays together and works hard, there's no limit to how we can go. Everybody contributes, we can't get this far without everybody doing their part.
There you go!
Just keep it simple, don't try and do too much, because we don't need to add any extra pressure on us, so we just need to just play our game.
2 on, nobody out for Lou Gigante, who proceeded to live up to his namesake, smashing a gigantic double off the right field wall. That scored both Perez and Smith. The Canes took a 3-0 lead. A 3-run lead with 3 outs to go should be more than enough at this level of championship ball, right? Wrong. But the Sharks came back for their noon feeding with Schlossberg arguably tossing chum instead of heat. They simply would not be kept down. Schloss bore down and got Kevin Pajota to ground out and end the game.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
The Canes now had a convincing 1-0 lead in this best-of-3 championship series and had every reason to be confident heading into Game 2. Facing elimination in Game 2, the Sharks would not be intimidated. While the Canes were playing for destiny, the Sharks were playing to live another day. Still, with their backs up against the wall, they had their work cut out for them. The Sharks would look to Mike Shewan, their gritty right-hander, to save their season. Shewan pitched a scoreless top of the first to try to let the Sharks get up to bat and start rolling offensively. But Jonathan Luzardo had other ideas. The dominant Cane southpaw tossed a scoreless frame of his own. By the top of the second, the Hurricane ratcheted up to a Category 4 with 1 stroke of Robbie Scarangella's bat. An RBI single scoring Steve Mejia to give the Canes a 1-0 lead. Still, the Sharks weathered that surge and countered with a run of their own in the bottom half of the second. A clutch single by Eric Giancola. And the score remained tied for the next 3 innings. Once again, 2 heavyweights trading blows toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano. Shewan throwing rights. Luzardo firing back with lefts. Back and forth for 3 tense innings. Shewan blinked first in the top of the 5th as Gilbert Jerez smoked an RBI double to right field to give the Canes a 2-1 lead. The Canes were 9 outs away from their 3rd straight league title.
Yes, sir!
The Sharks knew their odds were growing long. The Cane offense sought to put a dagger in the Sharks. The stage was now set for the league's best. Face of the franchise, former minor leaguer, Chris Rowan. The showdown between Showen and Rowan lasted all of 2 pitches before the 40-year-old veteran crushed a 3-run blast to the deepest part of Fox Lane Field. It took all of 5 seconds to clear the park, and the same amount of time to deflate the last vestiges of the Sharks' upset hopes and championship dreams.
Everybody put in work. They came out to play every single day, and we just executed everything that we need to do.
Jonathan Luzardo was ready to seal the deal, 1 out away from a glorious three-peat. Brandon Gallagher was the last hope for the Sharks. Gallagher smashed a line drive, but the 3rd baseman was there to snag the final out. It was a three-peat. The Hurricanes tasted championship glory for a 3rd year in a row. They have stood the test through thick and thin, weathered the challenges of having a constant target on their back.
Everyone's a key contributor to this team's success. All the Hurricanes pretty much know their roles, execute when they're called upon. You know, our pitching has been lights out. We all have the same common goal, and that's being the best we could be when we play baseball.
Hey, now that you're in the championship, where are you going? Thank you. Oh, sorry, guys.
Unlike any other team, a dynasty was born. The Sharks quietly gathered together, knowing that pride and determination will keep them hungry for another season. As for the Hurricanes, their reputation and dynasty will continue to live on.
Everyone, 1, 2, 3, 3-peat. Here it is.